Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, Chapter 8, Text 24. Prashantamaya gunakarma lingam anama rupam sadasadvimuktam anopadeshaya grihita deham namamahe tvam purusham puranam. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. O completely peaceful Lord, although material nature, fruitive activities, and their consequent material names and forms are your creation, you are unaffected by them. Therefore, your transcendental name is different from material names, and your form is different from material forms. You assume a form resembling a material body, just to give us instructions like those of Bhagavad Gita. But actually, you are the supreme original person. I therefore offer my respectful obeisance unto you. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Yamunacharya has recited this verse in his Stotra Ratna 43. Bhavantamevanu charantam nirantam prashanta nishesha manorathantara kadaham aikantika nitya kinkaraha praharshayashyami sanata jeevitam. By serving you constantly, one is freed from all material desires and is completely pacified. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a fitting master? Manorathena sati dhavato bayihi. One who acts on the material platform must descend to material activities. Material contamination, however, is completely absent from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is pure devotees. Therefore, the Lord is addressed as Prashanta, completely peaceful, free from the disturbance of material existence. The Supreme Lord has no material name or form. Only the foolish think that the Lord's name and the form are material. Avajananti ma moda manushim tanumashritam. The identity of the Supreme Lord is that He is the original person. Nonetheless, those who have but a poor fund of knowledge think that the Lord is formless. The Lord is formless in the material sense, but He has His transcendental form. Yes, we had been observing that Indigo is cancelling hundreds of flights. Day before yesterday, they cancelled some 400 flights. In fact, recently we were in Vrindavan. And when we were in Vrindavan, we had to come back now from Delhi back to Mangalore. So many flights are cancelled, including our own flight also. And we are looking for option of next day flight. Of course, being in Vrindavan, one day extension is always a blessing in disguise. But imagine somebody is a professor going for a big university, you want to give some class and he has booked his flight for next day to go and flights are cancelled. What will happen? And to the tune of 400 flights are cancelled. And in the airport of Delhi, big airports, Bangalore and all, people are totally confused. People have gone, they're thinking their flight is going to fly, they're going to reach their destination today. Their luggages are also being taken. After taking of luggage 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, they don't know whether they are going to fly or not. So why this confusion happened? The reason was the government has made certain restrictions on the number of hours the air hostess or the pilot in particular have to fly. But that was not followed by the flight people. They are flying more than 13 hours. Generally, a pilot can fly maximum of 13 hours per day. But they were made to fly much more than that on regular basis. So government finally put down their step and told, you have to follow this rule. And imagine they have very less pilots employed to fly these planes. And these flights also generally the very high costing for them. Any flight touches Mangalore airport or any airport, they have to pay the charge of 2,12,000 rupees just for landing. Your seats are full or empty, that is all secondary. You have landed here, you have touched the ground in airport, 2,12,000 you have to pay. and you can stay only for half an hour, not more than that. If you stay more than that, then once again the bill will go on. So that is why these flights are generally or on constant flight to make the profit. Only one day in a month they are given the rest. So flight are given rest means actually who are given rest? The pilots are given rest. Flights doesn't run on their own. So and last year the particular company, flight company, made 7,000 crore profit. It was because of the hard work of the pilots. But they didn't share even 1 paisa of their profit as bonus to their employees. So when the government restriction time came now, the airline requested all their pilots to start flying on holidays. But none of the pilots responded because they had anger. They weren't even given any extra money for extra flying, nor given the bonus or anything. That is why so many flights were standing. So here you can see how the airlines didn't respect the efforts put by the pilots. Similarly, the pilots also didn't respect the need of the airlines at the hour of need. Probably this may lead to the dissolving of the whole airline company. In India anyway it is known, there are many other companies which are all dissolved, big companies, right? This may be the beginning of that, we don't know. So this all started with somebody disrespecting somebody's honor, correct? So today's chapter, what we are discussing is also something very similar, wherein somebody didn't respect, that is why they have to lose everything to the tune of their life also. Earlier chapter we had discussed about the story of the Harishchandra, who was coming in the parampara of Mandhata, the king Mandhata. The Bhagavatam, these chapters are explaining about different kingdoms or different family lineages of kings who are ruling over the kingdom. After explaining about Mandhata king, in whose lineage a great king called as Harishchandra, who is known even today, correct? Whenever you become very truthful, let us say in classroom, all boys have done some naughty things, and teacher know whom to ask to take out the truth. So if you tell the truth, students will all start teasing you. You become a big Harishchandra, Satya Harishchandra or what? So his name is known even till today for being truthful. So having explained his family lineage, now in this chapter, the dynasty of King Rohita is being explained. So in the King Rohita's lineage, many great kings have come. Their names are being mentioned in the Bhagavatam, wherein the great king Sagara appears. Sagara was such a great king that eventually he becomes the cause for Ganga to appear in his lineage by Bhagiratha's tapas. So this king Sagara, his parents, his father and mother, father was a great king once again, but then when he was king, there are a lot of thieves and many other people attack and plunder everything, and literally he becomes pauper. And king, he has only one job. Governance is only duty of him, administration. He cannot do any other duty. So thinking in this way, he voluntarily accepts Vanaprastha, and with his wives and children, he comes to, with his wives, he didn't have children, he comes to the forest. And when he was in the forest in this way, eventually king dies. And when he dies, his wives, there are many wives, the eldest among the wife, there was a sati system. She wanted to enter the sati. But then there was one Muni called as Aurva. So this Aurva Muni desists her from entering the sati because she was pregnant. And she is being desisted in this way, because Muni has told, she thinks this is the will of the Lord, and she starts leading his life. But there are many other co-wives who were envious of this elder wife. because only she has got the child and he is going to be the king now. All in the forest, who is going to be kingdom? There is no kingdom only, where is question of king? But this enviousness is so bad, doesn't calculate any of those things. So to kill this child, they give the poison to her. But since she was following Sati, very chaste wife, and following the instruction of Arva Muni, nothing happened to her, even to the child. The child was born, but the child was born with the poison. Sa means with, Gara means poison. Somebody was born with the poison. So Sagara was a very good king. Under the guidance of Aurva, he was ruling over the kingdom very nicely. And he was ruling over the kingdom very... No, of course, he got a big kingdom eventually. And when he got this big kingdom, Arva Muni told him, no, to kill all these Yavanas, Mlechas, all such kind of people, nomads and all. But then rather than killing them, he kills their demonic mentality by transforming them. Similarly, in Kali Yuga also, if at all we want to kill all demonic people, just like Krishna's intention in this world is to Vinashaya cha Dushkritam, one of his intention, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in Kali Yuga. And when he came in this Yuga, if he wants to do Vinashaya cha Dushkritam, nobody will be there. Whole earth will be empty because everybody is Dushkritam only. So what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He transformed them into devotees. He spread the Sankirtana movement, the most effective means to transform the heart of the people. Through that, he made them devotees of Krishna, and in that way he killed them. He killed the demonic mentality of the people. So Sagara also did the same thing. He transformed them in that way. And then eventually Arva Muni guided him to do a great horse sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yaga. And Sagara started doing this Ashwamedha Yaga. And any king, anybody does Ashwamedha Yaga, Indra becomes very envious of them. So that is why Indra becoming envious of Sagara, because anybody does Ashwamedha Yaga, if they do Ashwamedha Yaga, they can also become Indra. Indra is not a person, it is a post. Just like we say chief minister or prime minister. So if you get more votes in next election, when you stand for election, you can also become prime minister. Correct? So when earlier prime minister sees that you are getting more vote, what he will do? He will try to pull you down, right? They will try to tarnish you. Now though social media is so easy to tarnish somebody's image, is overnight you can do it, right? So in this way Indra also, see, they are also devatas. Indra is not a Bhagavan, he is also a devata. They are also affected by the three gunas, Sattva guna, Rajaguna and Tamaguna. So affected by the Rajaguna and Tamaguna, Indra acted in this way of stealing the horse from the the sacrifice that was going on. So then Sagara, what he does? Sagara sends his children. He had a son called as Asamanjasa. So this Asamanjasa had two wives, Sumati and Kesini. So Sumati's children were very, very strong and powerful, and they were very chivalrous and very daring. So seeing this nature of theirs, Asamanjasa sends all these children to go out and search for the horse and bring it. So meanwhile, what Indra had done, the stolen this thing, he has gone and left at the hermitage of Kapila Deva in the forest. So searching everywhere. In fact, they digged the earth, everywhere they searched. And they finally entered the forest, where they saw that Kapila Deva has kept this horse. Seeing that this horse is being tied by Kapila Dev, they think that this person is very sinful. The horse, it was meant for a sacrifice, is being stolen. Such a sinful person is. So we should kill him and take away the horse from him. So in this way, they had 60,000 children. Asamanjasa had 60,000 children from Sumati. So they all at the same time try to attack. Kapila Deva, understanding their intention, looks at them, and in no time they all are burnt into ashes. And so this is one of the effect of offending a great personality. Kapila Deva was none other than the avatar of Lord Vishnu himself. And he has propounded a theory. What was the theory that was propounded by Kapila Deva? Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya Yoga. That is one of the process through which we can achieve salvation or moksha. So such a great personality, if you offend any great personality, the effect is we will be burnt into ashes. So this is what happened to them. And then after a long time they have not come. From the second wife Keshini, they had one more son called as Amshuman. So Samajasa sent Amshuman now. You go and search. So Amshuman went searching everywhere, searching. Finally he also come towards that same place where Kapila Deva was there. And when he sees Kapila Deva and he sees the horse, he understands that this is horse meant for Ashwamedha Yaga, brought here. And because Kapila Deva is a great Muni, he offers his obeisances and he offers this prayer to Kapila Deva. What is that? Prashantamaya gunakarmalingam anamarupam sadasadvimuktam jnanopadeshaya grahita devam namamahe tvam purusham puranam. He is telling, O completely peaceful Lord, all the material nature, fruitive activities and their consequent material names and forms are your creation. You are unaffected by them. He is telling, my dear Lord, this whole creation is done by you, but you are not affected by them. I heard that one person, he had built one house. After so many years of efforts and whatever little money he had collected, you could build one house. But then the material used in this household very substandard. He was staying in this house, but he was not happy at all. During rainy season, the water would seep in from down and the floor would become very, very cool. And rainy season, sometime water would drip from the top. And sometime when there is rainy season, the water will get absorbed in the wall also. Within no time, everything started becoming crack and all those things were happening. It was his own creation and he was affected by his creation. Correct? Similarly, anything what we create, we generally become affected by it. Correct? One is the house and other things. Many times we create trouble in our relationship. So it is created by us only. Later we only suffer. So similarly, Lord Vishnu created this material world. Since he is created, is he affected by that? No, he is not affected by that. That is what is being told here. Here it is told, my dear Lord, although you are the creation of this material nature, you are unaffected by them. And apart from that, although the Lord has done so much of material creation, these material creation have so many restrictions or limitations, right? But Lord's name and Lord's form has no limitations. Like for example, one of the limitations in the material world is the actual substance is different from the nomenclature we are given to it. When you are thirsty, you just tell water, your thirst will not go. You have to actually lift the glass of water, drink, then that will go. Correct? So the difference between the Nama and Naminaha, the name and somebody whom you are naming, the object of whom you are naming, there's a difference. But in the spiritual world, there's no difference between Nama and Naminaha. That is why there's no difference between Krishna and Krishna's names. So when you are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, these are not ordinary names. These are not the names of this world. These names are directly coming from the spiritual world. And Krishna is personally present in those names. Krishna has infused, imbibed his own personal potency in his name. That is why when you are chanting, who is coming? Krishna himself is coming. That is why chanting is the most effective means in Kali Yuga to purify one's existence. Chanting is the easiest means in Kali Yuga to come in touch with Krishna. Chanting is the most enlivening process in Kali Yuga to become ourselves prashanta, free from all inebrities of life. So in this way, when Amshuman met Kapila Deva, he praised the Supreme Lord. And he also says that you assume a form resembling the material body just to give us instructions like those of Bhagavad Gita, but actually you are the supreme original person. So although Krishna may look like an ordinary person, he also has two hands, he also is now having two eyes, all the senses, fingers similar to us, but his form is not like our form. His form is Sat Chit Ananda, not subjected to Shadvarga. Shadvikara you call, no? Anything in this world, it is born, it undergoes 6 transformation. When it is born, it grows, and after growing, it reproduces, and then dwindles, and after dwindling, it will die. Krishna's body doesn't go these transformations. His form is eternal. Sat Chit Ananda, not part of this world. So, although Krishna's body may look like our body, but it is not like that. And Krishna came and he gave a wonderful instruction of Bhagavad Gita. So that is why he is telling, you are the same original person, so I offer my respectful obeisance unto you. You could see the contrast between the way the asamajasa, what is that, Krishna? This is a very tongue twister. Govinda. I will tell that spelling. Asamanjasa. A-S-A-M-A-N-J-A-S. Asamanjasa. Okay. So his first wife Sumati, his children, when they saw Kapila Deva, what was their response? They couldn't understand the great personality. He is a Muni, he is in a hermitage. Although you may think that he has stolen, let us say per se, that he has stolen the horse, seeing him as a great Muni, you should approach respectfully, inquire what had happened. Find the fact finding should happen. And then you are supposed to do whatever is needful. Not that you saw a horse next to one hermitage, then you simply conclude off. This happens even in our life, right? Just by seeing the external act of somebody, we conclude something without finding out what is the fact behind that, and then we start acting in certain way. It's called mental speculation. Mental speculation means you don't know what is the fact, you create some story out of what you are seeing with your gross senses, which are anyways defective, and then you act in a way which is not in line with the Shastras. First of all, you start doing mistake in your perception the way you see. Second is you conclude wrongly. And the third is you start acting once again in a wrong way which is not according to Shastras. This will lead to one's fall down. Similarly, this mistake was done by the son of Sumati. But then when Amshuman went there, what did he do? First he understood he is a great Muni. Understanding is a great Muni, he first paid his obeisances. He offered him the prayers. And now he pleased Kapila Deva. When he pleased Kapila Deva, he became very happy. And what did Kapila Deva do? He, being very much pleased, upon request of Amshuman, he told, okay, you take away the horse and go. So easily he gave them. But when they came, the son of Sumati, to take away the horse. They also came to take the horse. Ultimately, was to take the horse only. But the way they were dealing with the Muni made all the difference. Similarly, even in our spiritual life also, although we want to progress in our spiritual life, if our attitude is not correct, if we are not giving a due respect to the everybody in our life, even our spiritual life will be stunted. It will stop. It will not progress. So by this respect is a very important word. This respect can make us to rise in our life. This respect can make us to fall down also in our life. And this is a very typical example. Wherein the son of Sumati didn't respect, they lost their own life. Forget about all other spiritual good opportunities they would have got from Kapila Dev. But Anshuman, having offered the good respects, he not only got the horse back, he also got the blessings from Kapila Muni. And apart from that, Anshuman also requested, he saw the big heap of ashes and all, he understood what had happened. He requested, please bring them back to life. Then Kapila Deva says, Tatastu for that also. But only one condition he puts. That condition is also for good of this earth only. Condition is that you have to somehow bring the Ganga to this earth and their ashes has to be immersed into that. Then they will all get the moksha. So eventually, Anshuman comes back, he brings the horse, and then the Ashwamedha Yaga will continue. Because King Sagara, grandfather of Anshuman, are still waiting. So the Yaga will continue, Yagna will over, Lord Vishnu becomes very much pleased. And seeing that Sagara, this Anshuman is a befitting king who can rule over the whole kingdom in a very nice way. Sagara retires himself, goes to the forest, and as guided by the Muni Aurava, he does the spiritual meditation and he goes back home, back to Godhead. Eventually Anshuman rules over the kingdom very nicely. And then future we know that how in the next chapter Bhagirath does a big tapassu, and by his tapas the Ganga comes to this world. Before Bhagirath did tapas and Ganga came, Ganga was not there on this earth at all. It was there till the heavenly planets only. As we know that how the Trivikrama, Vamana had come down and with his 2 steps he had taken away everything from Bali Maharaj. And when he had kept his second step, in the first step he covered all the Patala, Talatala, Vitala, Sutala, everything lower planetary system. And in second step he covered all the higher planetary system. Because this Bali Maharaj had covered the whole universe. He had won the whole universe. So now it has to be taken back and given to the Devatas. So that is why Lord, when Vamana came, in 2 steps he covered everything. And when he was covering the second step, all the higher planetary systems, his toe had touched the covering of this material creation. And it has punctured it, and from there Ganga came from the spiritual world and started flowing from Satyaloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka, Maharloka up to Sargoloka. It was there, Ganga. But it didn't come to, we are all like a lower planetary system, we are all. That is why even Devatas, when they come to the earth, their feet will not touch the earth. Just like the President of America, have you heard him going to Kenya or Zimbabwe or third world countries? Very rare, no, they don't go. Even India also will not go to certain third world countries. Probably our present Prime Minister may be the first person to go to certain country, or after 50 years, Indian leader is first going to this country, will hear this news. Correct? So similarly, Ganga also was stopping only till there. But then eventually by the great tapas of Bhagirath, it came down. So by this chapter we can understand that if at all you want to progress in your spiritual life, due respect has to be given to everybody. Even the dog which is going in a street demands a respect. Because Paramatma is there in everybody's heart. Of course, that doesn't mean that dog going in a street, bring into your house and make him sit on the same dining table and make him eat nice rajbhog. That's not the meaning. The meaning of due respect to dog is, when he is going in the street, don't take a stone and hit it. If you have anything eating remaining in the house, left over, give it to it. So like that, everybody has due respect. Elders, they have their own due respect. Juniors, you have to be compassionate upon them. In that, you have to respect them. Everybody should be respected. Nobody is worthy of disrespect in this world. If at all we say somebody is disrespectful, maximum we can do is you can be compassionate or pitiful upon them, that's all. And imagine, nobody can be disrespected, everybody should be respected, then how much the Supreme Lord should be respected? Because if at all I am alive today, it is only because of Krishna's sanction. If my heart is beating, my brain is working, if I am sitting here, I am talking to all of you, if I am seeing only for all of you, all this time cognitive ability is there, it is because of the presence of Lord Vishnu as Paramatma in the heart. Even science has no answer for this. Science will do a lot of analysis of many things in this world, but till today they don't have an answer that how actually perceive things in this world. They know that when we see how the image gets into the retina and then the object is then converted into electromagnetic signals and then it goes to the brain. But after going to the brain, how that object which has been seen, which has been reflected in my eye, becomes as my experience or as my perception, what is that converts that image into our experience, they are not able to understand till today. But in the Bhagavata and Bhagavad Gita, it is already given. The Paramatma sitting in the heart is the one who is making us to perceive all these things. That is why there is one nice shloka in Bhagavatam, it is told, only when Paramatma sees, I will be able to see. Only when Paramatma will be able to taste, I will be able to taste. Only when he hears, I will be able to hear. So in this way, all our cognitive abilities, our biological, our existence in fact, is only possible because of Paramatma in the heart. So can you imagine that somebody is such an integral part of your life, not only for biological or psychological running of your life. In fact, Paramatma sitting in the heart is also eagerly waiting when this jiva will turn towards me. And when we turn towards Krishna, he will give all the required support, encouragement and facilities for us to progress in spiritual life. So in that way, he is our Surudam Sarva Bhutanam. He is our real friend sitting in our heart. Such a great personality, our best friend, well-wisher sitting in our heart. How much we should be respectful towards him. But unfortunately today, we are not educated to even understand he is present. Forget about respecting him and building our relationship with him. It is very far away. So we, having come to Krishna consciousness, having understood the presence of the Lord, either in our heart as Paramatma, or in the deity form here, or even in the Hare Krishna mantra, what we chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When we develop respect towards them, automatically our progress in Krishna consciousness starts. If you want to build a relationship with anybody, it all starts with respect. You cannot build a relationship with anybody or anyone whom you disrespect. Correct? As we saw in the case of the children of the Asamanjasa. So if you want to develop good relationship with Krishna, develop respect for Krishna. And how to develop respect? That is also told here. What is that? You have to pay your obeisance to the Lord whenever you see him. Man manabha mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. This mam namaskuru is about respecting. But it is at the first level. Only by doing namaskara you will not develop everything. But it starts there. So when you start respecting Lord Krishna, then you should respect his words also. What are his words in Bhagavad Gita? Manmana bhavamad bhakta, always remember me. So in this way, when you develop in your respect towards Lord Krishna and his words and the words of his pure devotees, automatically all other good qualities a devotee should have will develop. And in this way, going back to home, back to God, it becomes very easy. On the other hand, when we don't give due respect to Krishna or his devotees or his paraphernalia, automatically our fall down from our Krishna consciousness will also start. So that is why somebody who is eager to progress in spiritual life should know how to implement or apply this quality of respect in your life. So if this is taken care of very nicely, automatically all other good qualities for further progress will be supplied by Lord Krishna. Correct, no? If you don't have respect for somebody's words, like many a time I go to somebody's house, Swamiji, maga yen heludru maat kelode illa. So sometimes parents call, Swamiji, neevu enadru heli. So when parents call their children, many times don't come only. So they don't have a respect only first for their words, where the question of all other things, good things that can come out. Correct? So similarly, if at all we want to develop good qualities means, we have to first develop this quality of respect. One is you can apply it by paying obeisances. Another is by, when you are hearing, you should hear very respectfully the words of Krishna. When you are reading Bhagavad Gita, very respectfully, Krishna is going to talk to me. In that way we should read. When we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I am calling Krishna now. Let us say when you are walking in front of you, let us say Narendra Modi is also walking. You have gone to a function, he is walking. Let us say you want to call Narendra Modi. How will you call Narendra? Hey Modi! You call him like this? No. Very respectful. In fact, you will hesitate to call his name loudly in the public. Probably you may try to catch up with his speed, try to go next to him. Hare Krishna, something you may tell him, right? Namaste will tell. With a lot of respect. Correct. But who is Krishna? In front of all these jivas. These jivas are so insignificant in compared to Krishna, right? And that Krishna you are calling. You only have called. Krishna has not come. And by your calling, by your invitation, he has come. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So how much respectful we should be towards Lord Krishna. So when you develop this respect, automatically your attention on Krishna will increase. Automatically your hearing of Krishna's Nama will increase. Automatically all other prerequisite to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra will come by the blessings of Krishna. I may not have a great buddhi to analyze and understand what and all required for good chanting and all those you may not know. But this one good quality of having respect for Krishna coming here, Krishna will supply all the buddhi, how to chant very nicely. But to develop respect, you require one more thing. What is that? Humbleness, respect, both are same, more or less. They are synonymous, you can say. Respect is a subset of humility. So you should have the knowledge. If you don't have a knowledge of who is Modi, you will not know how to deal with him, how to give respect to him, right? Similarly, if you don't know the value of Krishna's name, you will not be able to receive the holy name respectfully. That is why reading Prabhupada books, hearing his lectures, trying to understand them will all help us to give the proper perspective of what is Krishna consciousness all about. Not only about Krishna's Nama, Krishna's deity, everything you will get to know in a very proper perspective. So when you have a knowledge about what is Krishna's Nama, how Krishna's Nama, Krishna himself is coming, who is Krishna, then you understand he is a Paramatma, everything is happening, I am living today because of him. Whatever I am today is all because of him. He is the master of the whole creation, everything. When you have that knowledge, automatically you have a very due respect towards Krishna. When you have that, then your progress in Krishna consciousness will go very fast. So in this way, we can understand through the life of Sagara and his family members, Anshuman and all, that how by somebody practicing Krishna consciousness in a very respectful way can achieve salvation. Eventually Amshuman also achieved salvation. Everybody achieved salvation, the family members, because of him. So if we also develop this good quality of respecting everybody, giving the due respect to everyone, we can also please Krishna, we can please his pure devotees and receive their blessings, and in that way our progress in Krishna consciousness can meet its fruitful end of achieving Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti we cannot achieve, it has to be given to us. So it is given by Krishna's pure devotees and Krishna himself. Nantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Tagore Premanande.